Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
In all my living days, I cannot recall a worse 45 days for a sports franchise that I've ever paid any attention to, anywhere, any sport, anytime.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, for real, driving over, I was trying to think of, has anyone had a worse 45-day period than the Dallas Mavericks NBA team? And man, I cannot think of one.
I'm thinking it's feeling like the Great Bambino.
Dude.
It's feeling like the curse of the Great Bambino all over again, the way this has gone. Because they didn't just lose Kyrie last night. They lost Hardy, too.
Yeah, so when the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees, did they have protests outside of Fenway Park? Were they kicking their own fans out of Fenway?
No.
For wearing Babe Ruth jerseys?
No.
Did the general manager of the Red Sox in those days have a press conference in which he was super defiant and basically was like, I don't know what the problem is if we traded a fat, lazy guy for AD. Did that happen when they traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees?
I don't know.
I mean, my God, did they have and then
all
of a sudden, did all of their best players get hurt right after that?
I'm just saying, I felt a long time in between. I mean, 2011 was already a long time ago, but maybe they add another 20, 30, 40 years to it. I don't know.
Dude, so Kyrie Irving blew his knee out last night.
Torn ACL.
This is incredible.
He went Mamba mentality, went out there and shot his free throws. How Kobe did when he tore the Achilles.
And Kyrie knew it was bad because he was crying.
Yeah, he was crying. It was an ugly situation, man. The Mavs, I feel bad for the fan base. I feel bad for Kyrie. Kyrie didn't do anything wrong. But sometimes these type of clouds hang over you when you make a trade like that.
I have tickets to Monday night's game.
You're
between
going,
the
right?
Spurs and the Mavericks. Yeah, I'm going. Had tickets for months. I've been looking forward to it.
You might be able to move up. Right now, maybe nobody. Yeah, I know you're already on the floor.
Yeah,
but I don't know because who's going to be out there for? Jason Kidd said it last night. Like, we're running out of people to run out here.
I mean, and there's no Wemby, which deflated that too. It's like the Austin Spurs versus the Dallas Randos.
The Legends,
on Monday.
or the Texas Legends, isn't that their team?
The Wings, that the WNBA team up there?
No, their G League team, I think, is the Legends.
The Legends?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go because I want to see Steph Castle. I do not recall a franchise. I mean, maybe y'all can help me out in the chat. Has a team had a worse 6 weeks? And here's the thing. Most of it's been self-inflicted, beginning with the worst trade in modern history.
Okay.
And then you have your fans are so pissed off they're protesting outside your arena. You're having to call extra cops to make sure it doesn't turn into an actual riot. Then you decide, because you're arrogant, to throw your own fans out of your own arena because they're upset about the trade. They don't like what they said.
And to make the fever dream even worse for Mavs fans, what's up, Matthew Taylor? You decide we're going to raise season tickets next year by 8%.
Right, and then you announced 2 days ago that you're upping tickets across the board. But why announce that now? It's almost like a giant middle finger to their own fans. Who does this?
The Mavs.
I don't know much about these owners they have now that bought the majority of the team from Cuban.
That's them folks from Vegas that understand that people are going to pay anyway.
Well, here's what I know. I know that they only bought the team to build their casino empire. They don't give a shit about the Mavericks.
No.
They are not Texan, and they're not sports people. And
they're businessmen and women.
So what do you cross when you get completely out of touch Vegas billionaires who don't know shit about Texas or the Mavericks with a dumbass nincompoop who was a Nike executive and wound up general managing a team? You cross these paths, and it has led to this abyss now that Mavs fans are going to be in here for God knows how long. And I said this right after the trade because I was so pissed at the Mavs for trading Luka Doncic. this is going to lead to a rebuild. Because I said at the time, you go back 6 weeks ago, Kyrie's 35, 36.
Yeah, next year, considering what we're in March, he doesn't play next year.
Yeah, and AD does not want to be there if that's going to be shitty. They 6 weeks ago, the Dallas Mavericks were a championship contender.
AD,
40 days later, they're going to have to rebuild.
To me, in a better city, though. Shout out to New Orleans, but Dallas is a better city than New Orleans. I don't care. I'll argue with anybody with that. But AD's back as a Pelican currently. Now once AD comes back next year, when he looks to the left, 6 role players. Looks to his right, 4 more role players. Holy shit, I'm a Pelican again, but I'm just in Dallas. Which is why, remember, he wanted to get out of New Orleans because it's like, dude, this isn't working. Y'all aren't building anything around me. I'm going to go to Rich Paul and demand a trade.
Yep.
He's back with the Pelicans. It's just he's a little bit north up in Texas.
And he will not sit
at least next year.
He's not staying there. He'll
it's his chance to prove that he wasn't LeBron's coattail.
Yeah, but you got nothing else to work with.
Yeah, you got nothing to work with.
If Kyrie's not back, what's the point in being in Dallas? If you're AD, there is not one. There's not a point. He didn't want to get traded. Yeah. He didn't want to go to Dallas. You know?
No. He already said like, oh, everybody's talking about they didn't know. Somebody knew something.
And oh, by the way, he'll get hurt again himself next year. There's no way AD plays 60 games next year for whoever he's with.
No, it's just not in his cards.
Pathetic, fucking 45 days for a franchise. And like, I'm the Spurs fan in San Antonio.
Same.
It's easy to bag on them, but this has nothing to do with my Spurs fandom. We could be doing a show in Minnesota, and the words are the same. I've just never seen a franchise have a worse 6 weeks. And again, most of it completely self-inflicted. It's unbelievable. You know what's ironic about this whole thing with Kyrie? 18 months ago, Kyrie Irving was an unvaccinated, anti-Semitic, flat earther, pain in the ass. Sean Marks, a Pop and R.C. Buford disciple. It got so bad, they got so sick of Kyrie's bullshit that Sean Marks was on the verge of resigning as GM of the Nets.
Yeah,
they would have given him away for nothing had there not been rules about salary matches.
Yeah, the match salaries.
They would have released him.
They'll give him away for a burrito and a Diet Coke.
No question. And then 18 months later, look at Kyrie Irving. He's a gamer. He's a warrior. He's completely
great guy.
And he went on that spiritual journey when he found out that his mom was part Sioux, but that distracted him.
He had the walking cane.
He got real weird. He had the cane. He was wearing the big hoodies like he was a Jedi. That's a year and a half ago.
He's the most misunderstood athlete of all time.
And now he's like this heroic martyr who got compared to Kobe Bryant last night. And he's been terrific. He's been incredible for them.
Yeah, he's been a gamer. And they went to the finals last year, by the way.
Oh, yeah, don't forget. They're a championship contender 6 weeks ago.
Sad.
It is unbelievable. I'm out of words. I've just never seen anything like it in all my born days, and I feel bad for my Mavs fans buddies and my Mavs fans family members.
What's the chat? What did the chat say last night after the ACL?
Dude, well, God, you don't want to know. We'll discuss. It's not good. It's not good. I mean, the family chat.
Yeah, your family chat.
No, it's on hiatus, I think. We all love each other very much, but. And I'm not trying to sharp stick anybody.
No, I know.
But I am giving my opinion. It does not have anything to do with anti-Mavs, anything. You know, I literally feel bad for my brother and my cousin and my dad.
Do you?
I really do, man. Okay. Well, I'll show you what happened today. It's not good. It's a family quarrel. It's Thanksgiving right now in March.
I love it. I love it.
Rogie's in the building with $5 donated. Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Afternoon, unks. Y'all resemble Red and Andy a bit too much. Halloween costumes, 2K25.
I need to know how long Jose can keep up this. It don't matter if you black or white thumbnails.
I'll keep doing them forever in perpetuity.
No, don't be putting me in blackface because I don't want to deal with that.
We're not doing that.
Don't do that to me because I'm the one that's going to get called out for that. Geechee SA is in the building. $30. Thank you, Holmes. Hey, guys, keep kicking huge butt. Can't wait for your new intro for your radio show. Oh, thank you, man. That's a perfect segue to reset this show. Welcome to In the Building, presented by us and many of our partners and our chatsters, and Thursday, soon to be our new radio audience. Hopefully, it is in the building. We are in the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios from Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. And yes, the radio show begins on Thursday. That's 2 days from today. It is in the building radio. It'll be every Thursday, just Thursdays. We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
We'll see, because Mike's 2 F-bombs in. Under 12
already
minutes.
today.
Already
I know.
today.
Well, I promise not to cuss between 6 and 7 on Thursdays on the Lopez Family
Same.
Broadcasting
I know how to
Network.
turn it back on.
For sure. Yeah. I don't drop F-bombs in front of my kids.
I mean,
I'll fix it.
I probably have, but it's
You don't. Do you drop F-bombs in front of your 5-year-old?
No.
How about your high schooler?
Yeah.
Freely?
Sometimes.
I try not to.
I try not to, but every now and then they slip out.
And they don't drop the F-bomb in front of me either.
No, they don't.
Oldest,
My
they don't.
kids ain't allowed to cuss
They
in
don't.
front of me.
That's right. I'm super stoked. I will not F this up, so to speak. So Thursday night at 6 o'clock, tune into our new radio show, In the Building Radio, and all the stations we're on all have apps in crystal clear. We're going to be on in San Antonio on KLMO 98.9 and 92.1. We're going to be on Magic 104 in Corpus Christi, Magic 95 in Victoria, El Paso's Tejano Mix, including the Lopez K Alamo Tejano Television Roku channel. So we're going to be on Roku as well. Starts Thursday night, every Thursday, 6 o'clock on the Lopez Family Broadcast Channel Network, Familia, all over South Texas. Super stoked to be getting into Victoria and into the Corpus Christi markets. That's kick-ass. And I'll shout out to anybody in El Paso that figures out we're on the air, too. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Paso. I'm rocking it today.
Pretty cool.
Thanks to the Kell family, El Paso Chihuahua.
What's up? Orale. I know I got to get me like a Corpus Christi something. I got to get like hooks. El Paso stuff. Maybe do some hooks. Maybe do like some, I don't know, get a Selena t-shirt.
I got a couple Selena t-shirts.
But like some Corpus Christi related stuff.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, man. And look, we get
with the app JHNSB with the app.
Rudy and I, we get into our little bubble. We just assume that everyone knows who we are. And
oh yeah,
we have 1,000 views a day. But believe me, I know that there are others that have millions. We're trying our bestest to get our feet out there, and we're throwing trot lines out all over in all these different lakes, trying to get people to discover us. And I realize that not everybody knows who Rudy is and me. I get that. We get our little bubble, our little family here in town, right? And sometimes I don't take for granted that it's not like we're worldwide famous.
No.
We're just San Antonio famous. There's a such thing as San Antonio famous.
Sure.
Some of these fools that get murals and get their own get podcasts, and
there you go.
Some of these fools that get run in our local paper. I'm like, this motherfucker ain't got nothing. We're San Antonio famous. All right.
Yes, for sure.
So, but I guess I got a little bit insulted last week because I applied for credentials to the 2025 men's Final Four at the Alamo Dome. And I even texted Rudy, just signed off for our credentials. I just signed up for them and just thought it was a formality.
Can you blow that up?
Thought it was nothing.
Yeah.
I thought they'd say, yeah, I just took for granted. I've even told people don't schedule nothing, on Saturday of the Final Four or the Monday night championship because I'm covering the Final Four.
Be there.
And then I get an email sent to me 3 days ago saying that we got denied
you and I
by the Final Four.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, what? And I just decided not to let that stand. This has got to be a mistake.
Yeah, you did tell me. You text me. You're like, hey, we're going to discuss this.
Right. So you probably can't see that. That's a screenshot from my email of us getting denied by the NCAA.
Capital D.
What kind of bullshit is that? And so I looked up to see who's in charge of the credentials because I wasn't sure if it was someone who's locally based or somebody who works for the NCAA.
I would think it's NC2A.
And that's what I was thinking. Surely whoever's in charge of the credentials, they work for the NCAA. They live in Indianapolis. Yeah. And sure enough, I was right. And I found this guy's name, the guy who is in charge of the credentials and handling all the media for the Final Four. His name's David Warlock.
Okay.
And so I tweeted yesterday.
and added him. Like Mike didn't throw a rock and hide his hand.
I don't do that.
And Mike didn't go anonymous. Mike said he added him, found his Twitter handle and added him. What'd you tweet him?
Well, and so I tweeted, and I know not all of y'all are on
They
Twitter.
can't all say, so we'll read the tweet. This is
I
Mike's
went
tweet.
on X, right, and tweeted to this guy, David Warlock. And all I wrote was, unfortunately, David Warlock doesn't think Rudy and I are worthy of covering the Final Four in our own city. That's what I wrote.
That was it.
Do you think that was a shitty thing for me to write on Twitter? Was that a dick move by me? Was I crying?
I thought it was more harsh than that. That's actually not that harsh.
That's all I wrote. I simply pointed out that he didn't think we were worthy, or he would have approved us. I don't think that I said anything that was out of line or dickish. He replied, I'm at Target yesterday and my phone starts blowing up. What the hell? I tweeted that right after we got off the show yesterday. I didn't think nothing about it. Then I get home and I'm like, God damn, my shit's going viral. Because this guy replied to me. This guy Warlock replied to me. And he wrote, did it ever occur to you that sending a professional email explaining who you are and what sports coverage you provide to San Antonio could lead to a reversal? Instead, you call me out for not credentialing an entity called Love You Hard TV. Like I'd want to Google that. Okay. What the fuck?
Hey, when he matched your sarkiness. Yours wasn't rude, but
that's way more sarky.
He matched your energy.
And snarky.
He matched your energy.
Dude.
You don't think he matched your energy?
No, he did. No,
he was being a smart ass.
Talking shit.
He was talking shit.
Here's the thing. Hey, Holmes, why would I explain to you who we are and what we do? I thought that's what we did in the credential application to begin with, because it asks who you work for and what you do.
Well, and then keep in mind with Mike and I, I'm sure this is your experience as well.
Yeah.
When you apply for credentials, like Mike didn't apply as Mike Taylor Show. He applied as iHeartMedia, right? Even the
back
same
in the day.
Yeah, it was you applied through iHeart.
They got it. They did it for me.
But I'm saying it wasn't your show. It was this is iHeart. This is Ticket 760.
Right, and they put my name on it.
Yeah, even with me, it would be like, hey, you can't apply. Even when Chris Davis sends the email, apply under the company.
Yeah.
We didn't apply under R&R in the morning. We applied under SA Sports Star.
Right.
So Mike did what we normally do when we apply for credentials. He applied under our brand, our company, our LLC, Love You Hard TV.
Right.
Not in the building.
Of course. That's the name of our company.
That's what we do.
He's acting like that's a porn site.
Right.
And so
it does sound like it now that I read it out loud.
And so I replied to him.
What did you say back?
Jose doesn't have this one. I wrote back to him. I was under the impression that I explained who we are and what we do in my original credentials request. We'd love to have you on our podcast to tell you all about us. See, inviting him on. Here's a link to us so you don't have to Google it yourself. I sent him a link to the show. Well, he's afraid to put Love You Hard in the NCAA laptop.
Why you have to put that at the end?
What do you mean?
So you don't have to Google that. That was
because he took a shot at our fucking company name.
Not
that I'd want to Google that.
I'm just playing this up.
And so people are rolling in here and I think there's like 30 some odd thousand views.
Is it? Oh my God.
Want to hear some? I'll just blow through some of these.
Some of them supporting, some of them throwing us under the bus.
Bonnie in Texas. Mike is the mayor of sports in San Antonio, and Rudy is the city manager of sports in SA.
Why am I only the manager?
Hey, the city manager makes way more than the mayor in salary. Way more.
Yeah.
That asshole makes like 500 G's.
Oh, shit. I'm the manager.
I've been listening to them on San Antonio airwaves for years, and I can definitely vouch for them. All right. So all these people now are replying. Alamo on the Rise wrote, even Mike would admit that was a dick move on his part. Maybe Mike's feeling a little entitled after gaining new partnerships, or maybe he had a few too many drinks at Slackers. Who's to say? But he should know better.
I love the Slackers plug. Thank you.
Mike was trying to shame and humiliate this guy. What a dick move.
Damn.
This guy Warlock had every right to defend himself against an asshat who was trying to rip passes away from real sports reporters who will actually use the passes and report on the events accordingly.
Who said that?
Alamo on the Rise.
Hey, Alamo on the Rise. Nothing. I'm not giving. You got enough run on this show.
Franklin's in here. That sucks, but do a party right by the stadium and have a way better time. Y'all should just rent out a parking lot or do something. Have a screen and a tailgate style. That'd be way better than going into the game. Anyway, he's saying we should just go protest and
Just
have
do our thing.
Just get a tailgate. Far West Texas is in here. 2010 Taylor is so back. 2010 Taylor rears his head on occasion. Not quite as often. Let's see. Wreck-It Joshua. I'll read a few more.
Yeah, a couple more.
Well, they are big local. They're a big local show here in San Antonio, and Mike does have a cult-like following.
That is true.
The fans of his show love college sports, but love to see big events come to San Antonio more. It's a travesty you decline these guys. These two guys are San Antonio. Okay. Okay, Randall, guarantee Rudy J hates the name Love You Hard TV. Hey, man. Hey, whatever.
That guy hates me.
This guy?
Yeah,
oh, man. DJ12SAA, a.k.a. the Count of Montefisto.
That's his whole handle?
Yeah, says, I don't think cussing out the NCAA media director is a good idea.
Did you cuss?
No, not once did I drop curse words. No, absolutely not. Rodrigo's in here. Mike and Rudy are deserving, but it's pretty unprofessional to call this dude out, then tag him. He might not even be the one that decides. He just catches the emails. Taylor should do some research.
No, you know what? Screw that. I give Mike all the props for tagging him because in today's
I ain't
society,
a pussy.
in today's society, too many people hide behind anonymous quotes and won't at the man. If you got a problem with the man, we're not gonna fist fight, but I'm gonna tell you to your face, hey man, I have a problem with what you did.
They just did it here. Mike got cooked. LOL. I mean, yeah, he cooked me. I mean, he did. He
did.
That was a snarky reply, and then takes a shot at our company name. Okay, a few more. Space Camp for Kids.
Wait, you didn't email him from Taylor Sack?
No.
Okay, no. Someone root
I sent him from Love You Hard TV is who applied for credentials. We're a professional business. Love You Hard TV is an LLC.
Talk your shit.
We even have a Frost bank account.
Talk your shit, Mike.
Space Camp Kids. Mike and Rudy built Southwest Texas Sports Radio through blood, sweat, and tears. Tim Duncan swears by these two guys, and my grandfather learned of Harambe and Princess deaths from their show, Pride to the Riverwalk.
Tim Duncan and I are huge Bears fans. I've asked Tim a Bears question in the Spurs locker room,
That's right.
He answered happily.
That is correct. And I one time accidentally stepped on Tim's suede boot and scuffed it. So there's my claim to fame with Timmy. My boy AJ from the Baseline Bums is in here. What? And then tweeted to this guy Warlock. Well, can you provide credentials to Baseline Bums then? Like, okay, dude.
AJ tried to jump in there. I see
AJ.
you, AJ. I see you, dog.
D-Dub Dad. Hey, guy. Mike Taylor hosted a daily sports radio show forever, the seventh largest city in the country for 25 years. To act like he didn't mean anything is bullshit and blah, 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 and calls him out, blah, 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 blah. Pretty good shit, man.
Love y'all supporters. Thank y'all for y'all support.
So good. Let's see. Broly. Let me get this straight. The guy who dominated sports radio in San Antonio for 16 years is somehow not qualified to cover the Final Four in his own hometown. This is ridiculous. I like it. Thank y'all very much. But it wasn't all a bunch of, so this guy here, let's see, Field of 68 Freak. This is the correct call by the NCAA. It's impossible to dole out press credentials like candy to every Tom, Dick, and Jerry that requests one. Keep up the great work, David Warlock.
Jesus.
Jeez. My boy, remember, you know who Newey Scruggs is?
Of course.
Newey from Dallas. He's a TV guy. Jumped in here, like had a Jordan meme, like watching all happy with his popcorn. Jeez.
What up, Newey?
D-Bag of the Year candidate, David Warlock. Okay, now they're ready to nominate him for D-Bag. So great. My boy Jim Kill. Hey, take it down a notch, Warlock.
What up, JK? Oh shit.
Wolfman. I've been listening to both of these guys since I moved to the city in 2005. Rudy first via the Sports Grind, then you, Mike, when you came to town in 2007. I'm a fan of both of y'all. However, you have to admit that Love You Hard can seem a bit cheeky and sophomoric.
Is it? I never really looked at it like that until I read his tweet. When I read his tweet, I was like, damn.
If you Google Love You Hard TV, you're going to find me and Rudy. God dang it. All right. Well, I have Well, at least we're getting paid for our hard times. Geechee SA just donated $30.
Again, that's another 30.
I'm doubling down with your commitments. Talk about ass kicking. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Well, so there's been an update. I received an email from the NCAA last night.
Well, so so this all ended, like the whole Twitter fest ended, and then what? How long did you before you received this email?
I got this. So the last I replied to him, it was probably, I don't know, 5,
Whatever.
right at 5 o'clock. I was trying to get on before 5 o'clock got out. And then I get this email here last night. Jose's putting it on the screen. Look at that. Thank you for your interest in the men's Final Four in San Antonio. A summary of your organization's credential request has been updated, listed below. Rudy J, talent approved. Mike Taylor, talent approved.
Bitches.
Woo!
Bitches.
We're going to Final Four.
That's a touchdown with
Yes,
a 2-point
sir.
conversion.
Woo!
Updated.
Updated.
That damn Mike
The
Taylor.
NCAA were like, fuck it, just let his ass in there.
That damn Mike
Woo!
So I'm
We're
I'm at Texas Cheer last night. I didn't even know. I had no idea what's going on. I get a buddy text me.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's up with your boy?" I said, "What boy?" He said,
Oh,
"Your boy
God.
Taylor." And I
And
said,
you
"What?"
probably- it could be anything.
It could be anything. And he's like, he's going after my friend
Oh,
in
man.
NCAA, and I go and look, and I'm like, "Oh shit, fire!" So I'm finally I'm getting filled in. I'm reading the tweets. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit, Mike has really started a firestorm." And then maybe 20, 30 minutes later, I get a phone call. It's Mike. I pick up. He doesn't even, I say, hello. He don't say, hello, how you doing? Where you at? You got a minute? He says, guess who's going to the fucking Final Four? And I said, who? Because I know like 3 days ago we had got denied. I was like, who? Who's going? He's like, we are. And I'm like, what? After all that firestorm you started on Twitter, they approved us?
Yes. They have changed their mind. They sent us a new email at 5:37 p.m. Central Time. You've been approved.
It is hilarious. On the bottom of the email, it says, if you have any questions, contact David. Whatever.
David Warlock.
Shout out to David too. What's his last name?
Warlock.
Shout out to Mr.
Shout out
Warlock.
to David Warlock.
Shout out to
I
Warlock.
appreciate that. I was not trying to create some viral storm. I was just bitching about not getting approved
Right.
because I felt like that was a mistake. And could I have just emailed him myself? Sure, but they wouldn't have approved it. I don't think. But well, I guess it turns out I was wrong. So shout out. All I know is the NCAA made a few calls here locally.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, I just burped on the ear.
Yeah, NCAA. So this guy Warlock, he started calling around the city asking about
Calling
us.
people he knows here in town that cover college athletics, local colleges. We'll just say that. And shout out to the people that were called by the NCAA for getting our backs and explaining, no. Even though, my understanding is the NCAA does not allow podcasts, YouTube shows, credentials to the Final Four. So
We're not a podcast.
Well, I know we're a content creation company.
We're streamers.
We are streamers. Well,
I don't know what that
all I can tell you right now is we are breaking new ground. You and I are the first streamers, podcasters,
Whatever.
social media influencers, whatever, to ever get approved by the Final Four in the history of the NCAA.
I like the way you say it.
How about
God
that?
damn it.
We're in. So you know what? Shout out to David Warlock. I appreciate that.
And we should have
Thank
him
you,
on.
man.
We should do something live with him.
I
We
have
should meet
reached
him.
out to David. I have asked him if he wants to come on. He's about to get extremely busy because they're getting ready to announce the bracket next Sunday.
Did y'all hug it out there in direct messages and like bro it out like, hey man, it's just misunderstanding?
No, I
y'all hugged it out.
I just said, now you know, bitch. And
No,
that
you
was it.
didn't. No, you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. Don't y'all believe that bullshit?
Ruben said y'all should play the one shining moment when y'all walk into the dome. Yeah, we're going to the Final Four. No, I was legit upset, man. I was hurt because
But you didn't cuss. I thought you cussed.
No, I didn't cuss. Shout out Aaron Canooper, 1999. Awesome work. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Aaron.
Look, man, my feelings got hurt because I have covered the World Series, Super Bowls,
Finals,
All-Star games,
NBA
NBA
Finals.
Finals. I have never had a better time in our business in my life, and the 2 times I've been to the Final Four. I covered the 1999 Final Four in St. Petersburg, Florida, Tampa Bay.
I did the last one that was here.
That was Duke, UConn, Michigan State, Ohio State.
Oh, that was a good one.
And then I covered the 2008 Final Four here at the Dome when all 4 number 1 seeds went.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Kansas, UCLA, North Carolina, Memphis.
That was Derrick Rose.
Yes. Derrick Rose. Yeah, that Final
Mario
Four. Don't look at
Chalmers.
those rosters, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I've never had a better time in my career covering anything than I've had at the Final Four.
So you were kind of hurt when you saw Denied. I was too. When you sent me the screenshot a couple of days ago, you're like, Denied. I was like, damn. I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked because I know how the world sees podcast.
Right. Yeah. So Rudy and I have been on a combined, 35 years in radio in this town, something like that combined. And it's just like, I feel like, well, man, why you got to shit on I hope this is a wake-up call for the NCAA, because there are many legitimate content creators out there that are digital like we are that are legit. I cut my teeth as a reporter back in the day.
And not only that, let's say the Final Four was in Indiana, Mike, and we were trying to go to Indiana. Warlock would have he'd have a beef, like, yeah, but in our own town.
Correct.
In our own town, it's like, yo, come on. Like, this isn't just some fly-by-night thing. This is some guys that decided to kick the corporate bucket to the side and start our own thing. Like, so it's not like it's not just 2 homies that sit on the couch on Sundays and be like, man, you know what? You're funny. I'm funny. We should do a podcast. That's another, no disrespect to that, because you got to start somewhere. But that's not what this is.
Right.
So yeah, it's only right that they put us in. And shout out to David for, reconsidering and doing his due diligence and making some phone calls. And shout out to the people that when you put references on a job application, you be praying that they say the right thing. Shout out to our references for having our backs.
Yeah. So Kenny's in here. So I guess the bums aren't going to get to go.
I don't know. That's on the bums. Their shows on here, but they're their own LLC.
Just don't put Love You Hard TV.
Don't put Love You Hard TV. I compete though.
Actually, the deadline was Saturday, so it's too late. Man, golly. Yeah, I know. I should have used K Alamo Radio. Because in the old school mind of the NCAA, I guess that looks more legit media than, podcast.
Well, we are that.
I know. We're all these things. We're all these things. I know. Now we're getting ready to be on. We're going to be on Anthem TV starting on St. Patrick's Day. We got the radio show Thursday. I just took for granted that we would get accepted for credentials with it being here in our city. But it's also a reminder that you and I have a lot of work to do. And it's a reminder that what we do for a living is, as much as it's penetrated the generation, the traditional media world still needs to accept that and be done with it and accept it and realize that there's some legit guys that we're not going to go there and just show our asses. I mean, a little bit, but we're going to legit cover the games because we love the games. And me and Rudy, we're former reporters. This man used to be our Spurs beat writer.
Dude, it's not like, come on, man. Like we really do this, is what Mike's trying to say. And then, long story short, we really do this. This isn't just something. But I want to tell the rest of the podcast out there. Now, I'm not messing with, I'm not, needling anybody. I'm just saying, we are crawling so y'all can walk.
We're martyrs.
We're walking so y'all can run. Like, we're kicking down doors for y'all. Like, we're making this easier on y'all. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if Mike and Rudy can do it, damn it, we can too. So, you know what I mean? Martin walked so Obama could run.
That's correct. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love You Hard is crawling so y'all can walk. We knocking down doors for y'all. You should donate money to this podcast because we open the next podcast to come, because we're going to keep getting Final Fours because of location, because all of the college coaches love it because they stay downtown. They don't have to drive all across Houston for a 50-60 minute drive, and the guys' legs are all numb and cold and shit. You just hop in your little bus, take a 2-minute ride over to the Dome. We're going to keep getting them. So the rest of you pods out there / streamers, you should be thanking us.
That's right.
We're kicking down doors for y'all.
I'm Julio Cesar Chavez in here for the people.
Yeah, maybe it was Trailer. You think they call Trailer? Because Trailer loves him some Taylor.
Tina, Jeff Trailer was probably like, who? When he got that call.
Hell no.
I don't know who the hell that is. So they fired his ass on the ticket. I was happy.
So we're in.
So
just get some good video.
we didn't get off to the best to start with the NCAA, but you know what? We're going to get great video. We're going to cover the shit out of all the press conferences. And honestly, I have not been interested in college basketball like I used to be in a few years because
one and dones,
and all the Euros have taken over the NBA. And Steph Castle was a stud at UConn, but it wasn't like it was the country was not stopping down to watch Steph Castle in UConn.
No.
Now, throw a white boy superstar in there this year. No offense, but Cooper Flag.
The NBA, we need him. We need an American-born white boy in the worst way here in American basketball.
He's our new white hope.
He's our great white hope. He's the real deal, and he understands it.
He kicked ass, and he's playing at Duke. So there's a name brand school with a young white boy. Shocking that the Duke guy's a white guy.
When's the last one we had? Like American-born that's
stud white kid?
Like don't give me
Luka Doncic don't count.
No, because he's not from America.
No, he's not.
Don't give me Gordon Hayward. He wasn't.
No.
Was it Bird?
Yeah, Christian Laettner flamed out.
But Christian was that. He was supposed to be that.
Yeah, he was. Cooper Flag's a better
Danny
ball
Ferry
player.
was supposed to be that.
Yeah, Flag's better than Christian Laettner. It ain't even close.
No, I don't think so.
Flag's a star.
And Flag gets it. He understands how to put on a show.
Right.
But the problem with Flag is his dad and Flag, they were telling each other last night, hey, we might run it back.
Well, because
making a couple $1 million.
No telling what he's making.
Like, do I want to go be a Wizard?
Mm-hmm. Well,
now imagine the Wizards. You tanking all year because you think Flag's coming out, and Flag's like, nah, I'm gonna take this $3 million from Duke and wait and see if somebody else if somebody else can take.
Yeah, maybe the Spurs win it next year.
Last year they were chanting one more year.
I know. So I don't know what the deadlines are. If the deadline, like, when do you have to declare for the draft?
We're away from now. We're away from now.
I want to know, when do you have to declare for the draft versus, like, can you see who wins the first pick and then go back to school?
No, I don't know about that. Unless if you don't hire an agent. If you don't hire an agent,
you ought to be able to. I got Tyler Hansbrough. Yeah, he was a player of the year, but no one ever thought he was going to be a star. Tyler Hansbrough was not the obvious number one overall pick.
No.
We've never had a white boy number one overall pick that was obvious from America.
Do you guys want the answer?
Yes.
Bird.
First pick, 1986 draft. North Carolina.
A white guy?
White guy.
Went first?
Yep.
86.
North Carolina.
Don't tell me.
Cavaliers.
Don't tell me.
Oh,
white
yeah.
Carolina.
The Duncan mother-father. Was it Chambers?
No, I believe he was also on the team of high school, or I should say college kids that beat the dream team with Grant Hill and all them.
86 North Carolina?
You sure it was North Carolina?
Chat GPT is telling me this, so I'm trusting open
What is Chat GPT? What's the name?
Brad Daugherty.
Oh, Brad Daugherty ain't white.
He's a black dude.
He's black.
Well, never mind.
Now he acts white because he likes NASCAR.
He likes the NASCAR. He might be a half breed. But when he gets pulled over, he's black. No, it ain't Brad Daugherty. It's got to be Bird.
Yeah, Bird's
he wasn't even Bird because Magic went first.
Right. Yeah, I know.
But I'm talking about the guy that could be the guy.
Right.
That could make the white man in America feel like, hey, I got a reason to watch the NBA.
Unless he goes to the Wizards, then no one's going to give a shit.
No.
That's how it goes in the NBA. So that all that to say, my interest in the NCAA final, like the tournament, just went up exponentially because you and I are going to the Final Four,
right?
And because I'm a reporter and I take this shit serious, I'm gonna get all into the tournament. That way, when the Final Four gets to our beloved city, I will know what I'm talking about.
We'll be prepared.
I'm excited.
Hell, Chuck and Kenny go on CBS every freaking year and make fools of themselves because they haven't watched any NCAA basketball. Now, I'm not comparing us to those two guys, but that's not act like they don't roll out people that don't know what they're talking about.
Right. All right. I have a couple of we got a couple of parties that I'm promoting for this week. We got the Crawfish Boil Saturday, but so Friday, let's make Friday the official Celebrate Mike and Rudy getting Final Four passes. Happy hour of 2K25. That's a reach. All right. Y'all come out and hang out with me at Poblano's down on Houston Street. All right. Poblano's on Main is the name of the Mexican restaurant that I've been going to every Wednesday, all in February. And we're going to keep it rolling for March this Friday. So we're not going to do the lunch as we do this for those that are watching the show live. We normally do them on Wednesdays. So it's Tuesday as we do this show today. It's this Friday. All right. So Friday, a happy hour at Poblano's on Houston Street with me from 6 to 8. Rudy's got to work, but that's okay. I'm going to give away a $25 gift card to Poblanos, so you can use it that night if you want to. We're going to do a live chat. We're going to drink some beer. We're going to have some tacos and have dinner together. It's a happy hour with me at Poblanos Mexican Restaurant on Houston Street this Friday. Make me look good with Eric and the guys and girls over at Poblanos. I need to get at least 10 dudes in there to spend $10 at least and make me look good at Poblanos. And somebody's going to get free dinner because I got a $25 gift card for Friday night. Okay. I'm excited. That got me rolling. I got my steam back. I was butthurt. My steam
And
back.
again, Mr. Warlock, appreciate you. Appreciate you, David, for having patience with
I
the man.
appreciate that. I do.
That was big because he after, I mean, even though it wasn't rude, reading again, it wasn't rude, but considering how much power he has, he could have easily just been like, I ain't calling nobody.
Right.
F off.
Sure. He took the time.
I appreciate that.
And so what he told me was, because he DM'd me, he's
he
like,
did?
yeah, it's because all of our people were crushing him. And he's like, geez, maybe so we made some calls to people he knows in the city. And he was told, yeah, those guys are legit. So y'all know who you are. I was told not to give any names.
No, we're not going to do that.
I appreciate that for people that helped us with the NCAA. And again, I take for granted we get in our little bubble. Why would the dude at the NCAA have any effing clue who we are?
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
He
so
wouldn't.
Everything's cool. It's just how we can have a disagreement. And, yes, it took me crying like a baby on Twitter, but I got my way, didn't I? So it worked out good. There's a lesson for the kids. If you cry on Twitter, you'll get your way.
I wasn't crying. You just asking a legit question.
That's correct. That's
a legit question.
That's right. It is in the
He said,
building.
why would I want to Google that?
That was great. Yeah, I have a company issued laptop. I don't want to get in trouble.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I could have gotten real ugly. I could have replied with something ugly.
2011, 2012, Taylor, this thing goes left.
Yeah, you're right. I could have said something ugly like, hey, you're lucky to have your job. As we speak, the SEC and the Big Ten are looking to get away from y'all fuckers in football. I could have did all that, but I didn't.
But he didn't.
I didn't.
What up,
I
Dave?
didn't.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, y'all want to jump in there with a super chat? Be my guest. You can help us out with some monies. Jump your asses into the super chat and shoot us a tip. That way we take your tips every day during our shows. That's why we do live shows, and that's why people are able to tip us, because we have the ball. Not only do we do a sublime show, it is a live show. We ain't recording like all them other podcasters. Just saying. No offense to those that do, but we do this thing live. This is our primary job.
Yeah. At San Antonio, that's going to be a hot weekend for us, because on the clear other side of town, then you go up 281. The Valero opens that weekend.
Yep, I know. That's always a great weekend. That's cool.
We got the Final Four in town along with the Valero Open. Yep. San Antonio going to be popping.
I know. People are asking where to park at Poblanos. Poblanos is literally connected to the Majestic Theater, and there's a big parking garage also connected to that building. It's right there on the corner of Houston and St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Literally, when you walk out of Poblanos, to your right is the Majestic Theater. It's downtown. Y'all be patient. I always park in that garage that's literally connected to that whole block there. It's cheap. It's like $5.
Okay.
Yeah, every time I park, it's cheap. All right, what else today? We have an extension. We have Cowboy news to get into. Yesterday, we talked about Osa Odigizua.
OC.
The franchise tag deadline was for today. I thought it would be a bad idea to franchise tag him because he's not top 5 defensive tackle in football. But do you think he's the 14th best tackle in football? Sure. And that's what he got today. The Cowboys have extended Osa Odigizua a 4-year, $80 million deal, $58 million guaranteed, 20 up front. He is the 14th highest paid defensive tackle in the NFL. And that seems about right for Osa. He's a good player.
The Cowboys do good business. Y'all get off their backs.
Talking about it.
Get off their backs.
It's
Mike.
rare, but yes, rather than franchise tag him, they went ahead and took care of him with a very fair deal for a guy of his value and his production, a guy who's never missed a game with injury, knock on wood, a guy who is just a rock-solid, blue-collar, hard-working-ass guy. These are the guys that the Cowboys need to stack, not give half their fucking salary cap to overrated guys like Micah Parsons. They're going to what? He's going to be the excuse why, we don't have any safeties worth of shit because we had to give Micah that money. Well, then don't give Micah that money.
Right.
Go get good, solid safeties. You can win in the NFL with a good defense. It does not have to be great. It does not have to be great.
That's fair.
God almighty. All right, speaking of football, lots going on. Thoughts on Shedeur Sanders you wanted to get into today?
I like Shedeur a lot. I like him hard. I don't love him hard. I like Shedeur hard.
I like it.
And right now, Mel Kiper has him going to the Browns.
Okay.
Now, I understand where Shedeur is coming from when he says, hey, if you don't want to build your team in the right direction, you're not going to try to win, don't take me.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm okay with all of that. But what I want Shedeur to understand is whoever he goes to, once he walks into that locker room, it's got to be, you have to go in that locker room like a rookie. These are grown men that have paid their dues, that have earned their spot here in this town, and in whatever town that is. You can't walk in there like you're your dad. Because the other day he said, you know who my dad is? We used to this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, sir, hold on. You did some good things at Jackson State.
Yep.
You had some good moments at Colorado. But let's be clear. You are not your dad. And you are not, and these players, these grown-ass men, 30-year-old men, 28-year-old men that have bled, sweat, and tears 6, 7, 8, 10 years in this league aren't going to let you walk into their locker room and just be like, oh, well, that's Deion. No, you're not Deion.
Yep.
You are not Deion. You have to go in there, and I'm not saying everybody has to have this approach, but it has to be a Jalen Hurts approach. Like, hey, I'm just one of the guys. I'm just here to do my job. First one here, last one in. There's a lot that goes into it. Again, you are not Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was at Florida State making big boy plays in the ACC when the ACC was the ACC. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Returning punts, pick sixes, doing it on the highest level against some of the best. Like your dad ran a 4.1. Okay, this is Deion Sanders, possibly the greatest football player, possibly the greatest athlete of all time. You can't, every press conference, I don't want to hear about your dad. You're not your dad. And you haven't earned that. So I just hope Shedeur walks into the locker room with the right attitude. And I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying he keeps bringing up his dad every time he's in front of a microphone. And I'm just like, bro, you got to chill out. What your dad did has nothing to do with how your peers in that locker room, which locker room you go to, are going to look at you. They're going to want to make sure you're working. They're going to want to make sure that you're not acting entitled. And they want to make sure that you can play.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I want to say about Shedeur.
I get it. I do. Someone says maybe he's trying to devalue himself because he doesn't want to go to the Browns.
I wouldn't want to go to Cleveland either. I don't care where he goes. Just have the right attitude wherever it is that you go.
Would you still take Cam over Shedeur?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would too.
Cam. I think from all intents and purposes, the Giants want Cam.
That would be good for them.
That's what I've seen. Every mock, if whatever a mock means, has Cam going to the Giants.
It is In the Building, presented in part by the official liquor store of In the Building. It is Texas Cheer Liquor.
Sponsor.
Mr. Singh, he's always in the building, and so are we with him. It is Texas Cheer Liquor. Got 6 different locations in San Antonio alone, 1 up in Bernie, Texas. There are the locations: Redbird Ranch, Lucky Ranch, Bernie, Boulevardy and Evans, Braun Point Military Crossing, and Coolabor Commons. It is Texas Cheer Liquor, and we got fresh specials for the month of March.
Yeah, we got the new Cuervo 4-pack cans and bottles. Mix and match 2, 4 packs or more. Get 10% off. Got the Svedka vodka, half gallon, $19.99. No special handshake. Just say, hey, where's the Svedka half gallon? $19.99. If you're just a regular old vodka drinker, you can't beat that deal. And then last but not least, you got the gin and juice, baby. The Burnett's Gin, the 1 liter. You like your gin, get you 1 liter, only $9.99. So if you need to make some mix, if one of your mixed drinks you're making over the weekend calls for, gin, I can't think of a better deal than this Burnett, $9.99. And make sure you mention In the Building. So
Can I get
they
you guys
know.
some breaking news?
Why not?
Sure.
No, they had music. Don't worry.
Oh, it had music?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, but we don't
No
want
worries. You had music.
What's the breaking news?
Breaking news 1, obviously the Jets released Devontae Adams. Who cares about
Wow.
that?
What do you mean? Who cares about that? That's big news.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Well, it's the Jets, so who cares? More importantly, the Cowboys have
right.
restructured CeeDee Lamb's deal, $20 million in cap space for you guys. So congratulations.
Well, the Cowboys have restructured CD. Oh, okay.
$20 million in cap space
Damn.
now.
All right. Okay.
So then use it.
Then show me that you're all in. Why you don't do that unless you're willing to, you're getting ready to spend it.
I remember, toward the end of Tom Brady's career, although they had a mutual respect for each other, Tom Brady got to the point where he was asking Bill Belichick, I keep taking hometown deals and y'all ain't spending this money. Like, what are we doing? You get rid of Wes Welker. You get rid of Edelman. You get rid of Randy Moss. You're getting rid of all these people, and I'm taking less money so you can pay these people. So if I'm CeeDee Lamb, like, okay, I'll do you a solid. Y'all took care of me. Y'all set me up for life. I'll do you a deal, and I'll do a little hometown discount so y'all can free up some cap space. But you better go get me some help. Go get me Devontae Adams on the other side.
Right.
Go get me a running back.
Yep. I know. Now,
use it. If you got 20 million.
Now we're all in. I meant this year.
It's bullshit.
The Eagles also, they're cutting Darius Slay.
I saw that.
The 6-time All-Pro corner. They're $20 million over the cap, which means they're going to go spend to the Eagles. Those Eagles put on a master class every year, how to manage a damn football roster. And Jerry always acts like, well, we're going to have to go on food stamps. I need a snap card to get more players in here. Come on, man. It's about managing your money and managing your roster smartly.
Damn right.
Today's deal with Osa was a very smart deal. So y'all hear that? Listen, that was a good move by Jerry Jones today.
That was Mike Taylor.
These are the kinds of deals you do in the NFL. The Osa deal was a good deal.
Restructure.
Good deal.
And you keep in mind, I'm giving, again, CD's grown on me. CD just got paid. Like, he could easily have said, what do you mean restructure? Again, he knows he's going to get his money. Like, hey, I'll just defer it down the line. I ain't spending this money anyway.
Right.
But he had every right to be like, dude, I just got signed. I ain't restructuring shit. Him and his agent could have said, no, man, get your effing shine box, Jerry and Steven. I'm not restructuring anything. I want my money how y'all told me I'm going to get my money. But he and his agent decided to, hey, you know what? Let's be team players. And so I props to CD. He's probably my favorite Cowboy right now.
Got lots of like people that watch our show on the Metro 6 making jokes today about Jerry is not the worst GM in town anymore. Now it's Nico Harrison.
You know what?
Jerry made a good deal today.
That's true.
Nico is going to get fucking run out of town soon, probably. Someone's going to whoop his ass in a restaurant.
He might get beat up in a restaurant. But I think the owners have his back.
I know they do because they're out of touch.
Yeah, the owners have his back. Like, hey,
they
we're not giving $350 million to anybody.
Yeah, fuck that. Is LeBron 22? Is he on our team? Then no.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I get, but it just doesn't help. What makes it even worse is every single day Luka gets better and better. That fit up there in LA is better and better and better.
Yeah, I'm
LeBron and Luka
Bron,
NBA champions this year.
I'm gonna say this.
Dude,
Mike.
They got a wave going.
I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't want to have to beat them 4 times. I don't know if they're gonna win it all, but if I look across the way and I see LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and I say, hey, I got to beat them 4 times. I just sent you some, Jose. Put it up there. I would not. I would have the more than a little bit above the proper fear because again, they seem like they've connected already. Again, they've played some bullshit teams, but they're winning. But they're playing better defensively, which is a shock to me. Is there a helicopter flying over us? Jesus, fight through it, Rudy.
But I think it's the 80-mile-an-hour winds we had going, maybe.
Now, I'll say this to the LeBron lovers. A lot of y'all feel like LeBron's still a top 5 player. And if that's your opinion, I'm okay with that. We all know, we're all in agreement, when he's healthy, Luka is clearly top 5, right?
Yes.
But not even debate.
Sure.
Not even up for debate.
No.
So if you have 2 players on your team that are top 5, there should be no excuses. Because I can't think of another team that has 2 top 5 players on their roster. Not one. I like Jaylen Brown and I like Jason Tatum. I don't think both of them are top 5. I think they have a top 5 roster from 1 through 12. I love Oklahoma City. They don't have 2 top 5 players. I love Denver. I don't think Jamal Murray is a top 5 player. Love Milwaukee. Damian Lillard's no longer a top 5 player. Golden State. I don't think Jimmy's a top 5 player at this point in his career either. So the only team in the entire NBA of the contenders that have 2 top 5 players, according to the LeBron slurpers, would be the Lakers. So if they are eliminated in the playoffs, I don't want to hear any excuses for Mr. James. That's all I'm saying. And look, I'm a fan of what I'm seeing. Luka Braun looks scary, but should they get their ass handed to them, I don't want to hear any excuses. None at all. Top 5. That's now you've had Anthony Davis, you've had Dwayne Wade, you've had Kyrie Irving. Now you got Luka Doncic. So this whole thing, this whole narrative that people push that LeBron just never really had to help. I don't know which teams y'all are watching.
I watched all 48 minutes of the Dallas game because I wanted to see Luka play.
Oh, yeah,
them.
we did.
And the Lakers didn't look like they had chemistry at all. But
right.
but in the 2 weeks since, they're getting better and better and better and better every night. When you have a cast of spares, but you've got 2 top 5 guys in the league, you have a chance in any series. They're not going to win the title, but before the trade, I would have said they're going to be out in the first round. Now, though, they have a chance to make some noise.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, can they beat Oklahoma City 4 times out of 7?
Well, right now, yes, because Oklahoma City, I'm just a believer in this. I know it's stupid and there's no data. There is data to back it up. I just feel like I'm from the era of you got to lose first.
Oh, yeah.
Like you get your
heart broke.
You got to get your heart broken a couple times. You know what I mean? Like even with Dallas, they got to the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix got them. Then they got over the hump. Minnesota, they finally got to the Western Conference Finals. Dallas got them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Then you could possibly get over the hump. Like Oklahoma City has probably a year or 2 more before they finally get over that hump. I think the team that the Lakers would be worried about is the Denver Nuggets. I think the Denver Nuggets are the team that they've been the Lakers' thorn in their side, but I think Luka kind of balances that out.
Yeah. After a couple of down years, I think Denver's ready to make another run.
Yeah, I think so too. And who knows what Steph and Jimmy will do?
All right,
because they look good too.
It's in the building, presented by Partly Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer. It is time for People I Want to Punch. You're on In the Building and Love You Hard TV. That if you Google the name of our company, it will not show you porn. It'll show you us. Don't put Bang You Hard. It's Love You Hard TV.
Have you ever Googled it?
Well, let's just do it now. Then let's just prove it. Okay.
TV.
Okay, yeah. What do you get?
What
do y'all get when y'all Google Love You Hard? Oh, here we're doing it live on the show right now. So
I got
Jose,
Watch Love Hard.
Look at that. All of us got nothing but us.
Oh, okay. See.
Look at that. It's our Twitter handle. It's our show page.
See?
Look at that.
Thank you.
I like the people also asked there.
What's that?
People also ask, who is Mike Taylor, radio host? And also, is there a Love is Blind podcast? That's good to know.
Love is Blind.
Oh, I like so a bunch of women looking for a Love is Blind podcast are stumbling upon you and me. I love that. That's great.
I'm not mad
Very
at that.
good. All right. Who you punching today and why?
I'm punching Gervonta Tank Davis. Had a fight over the weekend that ended in a draw. Some people feel like he probably lost. He took a knee in that fight at a weird time, which most people say should have been considered a knockdown and it should have been a count, which then should have probably helped Roach win the fight, but it nevertheless ended up in a draw. They're probably going to do it again. But the reason I'm punching Tank Davis is, so he got his hair done on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right, Wednesday. The fight wasn't until Saturday. But this sorry sack of doo-doo blamed his hairdresser for taking a knee. He said, my hairdresser put too much grease in my hair.
Oh, my goodness.
And it ran down into my eyes.
Who amongst us?
I'm like, bro, this ain't Soul Glow.
Man.
This ain't coming to America. Like, you got your hair done on Wednesday. There's no way your hair's still leaking grease by Saturday night.
On.
How you gonna throw your hairdresser under the bus, dog? That's bullshit. Bro, you got your hair done, and she been defending herself. She been talking. She's like, I don't know what he's talking shit about me for. I did that boy's hair on Wednesday. The hell is he talking about? And I didn't use no different grease. I use the same grease I always use. I use the same grease I always use on his hair. Come on, Tank. A lot of people think Tank got beat, but when you the champ, you got to knock the champ out. But they'll do it again. And look at that. Ex-hustler says, yeah, he lost. But sometimes when you're the champ, you get the benefit of the doubt. I don't care about the decision. I care about, athletes using excuses. And this is the first time you talk about breaking news and history being made. of a damn boxer blaming his hairdresser for using too much grease. I'm not down with that.
Not down at all.
I'm not
I
down
wouldn't
with
roll
that.
with that next time.
Punch
either. No.
Tank Davis right in the face for that bullshit.
All right. Today
punching?
I am going to punch. It's not a real human, which is kind of
Okay.
weak, but I'm going to punch Father Time.
Uh-oh.
In 1988, my football team went 3-13. And so after 29 wonderful seasons, the Cowboys made the decision to fire Tom Landry, which was stunning to even those of us that knew that Tom's time had come.
It was shocking, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of like pop kind of fizzing out now, unfortunately, because of health. But when Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys, the first thing he did was had Tom Landry fired. And the shitty thing was Tom had to find out about it while he was playing golf. Didn't even find out in the office. I would have flown down to Austin and told him in person at a hotel, bought him dinner and all that kind of thing.
That's Tom Landry, dude.
He's the only man where he gets fired, and they had a ticker tape parade for him a week later in Dallas, and there were 500,000 people that went to Tom Landry's parade to celebrate him. And so it was a weird time for Cowboy fans. And not only was this oil guy from Arkansas buying the team, he decided to hire a coach who had never been a head coach in the NFL before. Well, at my house, though, we were pretty excited because we were big fans of the U in the 80s.
I think everybody was. It was just one of those. It was just one of those programs where you just, even if there wasn't your team when they were on, you watched them and you kind of rooted them on.
And if I thought there's anybody who has the swagger and the confidence and the know-how to replace Tom frickin' Landry, then I think this guy from the U is Jimmy Johnson.
You were okay with the hire.
I was excited by it. And 3.5 years later, 4 years later, they beat Buffalo 52-19 in the Super Bowl. And thus started a lifelong love affair between me and Jimmy Johnson. And yesterday, what I suspected, because of the tribute they paid to him the last week of the playoffs on Fox when he was crying and they did the video tribute to him, that looked like a goodbye. And yesterday they made it official. My all-time favorite football coach in the history of ever, the 81-year-old Hall of Famer Jimmy Johnson, after 31 years at Fox, officially announced his retirement. So punch Father Time.
He's going to be fishing a lot.
Yeah, what a life he had, too. Did you ever see his work schedule when he was at Fox?
No.
So he would see, so Sunday night, when he was done with his Fox duties, before he got old, because he quit traveling in recent years, he'd only go to certain cities.
Right.
Sunday night, Jimmy would hop on a private plane. It would fly him down to the Keys in Florida, where he lived. He lives in an island called Isla Morada. It is right there on the top part of the Florida Keys, not all the way down to Key West, but one of the first keys when you jump over the causeway from the mainland Florida.
Okay.
It's right there. He had this beautiful house, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Jimmy fished all day on his boat. The name of the boat was Three Rings, after the 2 championships with the Cowboys and the championship he won with the U.
Oh, I thought he took credit for Switzer's.
No, he didn't take credit for it. I give him credit for it. It should be called 3.5 rings. He'd get up on 3 rings with his buddies.
Yeah.
And they would catch mahi-mahi for 4 days. And then on Saturday, he would fly back to LA, stay in a posh hotel, and then get up on Sundays and do the show. And that was his life for 31 years.
Great life.
But in recent years, he's gotten older and older. He's now 81, and not even once a week. He don't want to travel anymore. He's going to chill and fish and enjoy himself and drink Heinekens and be with Rhonda, his longtime wife, who was a secretary in the office.
Is Rhonda black?
No,
oh.
She's not.
Sounds black.
No, Dirk's old lady's black.
Yeah,
you've seen her. So anyway, I'm
sweet tooth.
I'm struggling.
You struggling? What?
The day he dies, I ain't coming. I ain't going to work.
Jimmy on TV. You just love Jimmy.
I love Jimmy. Yeah, no, he was fine. I didn't watch that Fox show much because I got sick of that fucking blowhard Terry Bradshaw, who's Jimmy's best friend.
Really?
Yeah. So if you're looking for some motivation, I'm not kidding. I'll bring you. I have it at my house if you're serious. So Jimmy wrote a book a couple of years ago called Swagger.
Okay.
And it was his philosophy on coaching, but it was really for people that own businesses. His philosophy when it comes to running a business and running a team and how you have to have a ruthlessness about it, it's pretty good. Pretty good. where you have to surround yourself only with high quality people and not be afraid to make moves and changes and keep going and take risk and shit. It's called Swagger. It's awesome. Jimmy's book's so good. I don't read a lot of motivational
That book was
books.
behind you at LG's house.
It was for the longest time. Yeah, it's back home now. I got it.
Yeah.
It's back at my house. You can read it if you want. It's an easy read, and it's not very long. But anyway, it's just I love me some Jimmy Johnson.
I'm glad you didn't lose that in the divorce.
I didn't know. I didn't. No. Okay. Nina bought me that book.
Oh, no, yeah.
So punch fucking father time.
Yeah, punch
The
his
great
bitch ass.
Jimmy's retired. Vaya con Dios, Jimmy. Love you. I'm gonna have a Heineken, and I don't drink Heineken, but
Is
tonight
that
I'm
his drink?
gonna have a Heineken Light in Jimmy's honor tonight.
Cheers, Jimmy.
Orale Jimmy Johnson. Enjoy retirement, my man. All my heroes are all retiring and dying and shit.
That means we old.
I know. Shout out to the last. We had 2 more barbecue teams sign up this week for the barbecue.
I think I know one is a Smoky Long Time.
There is a smoke. I think there's a smoke me long time.
That's my buddy.
We gotta beat my meat.
Smoke Me Long Time is a play on 2 Live Crew.
I know. It's
What up, Pete?
Christian organization, but let's just go with
What?
beat my meat, smoky me long time.
Smoke Me Long Time. You got to smoke brisket
I
low and
know
slow.
you do. If the Salvation Army's down with it, I'm down with it.
It's all about the kids.
It
Smoke
is
me
for the
long
kids.
time.
We're now up to 12 barbecue teams registered. We'd like to get about 12 more at least. So reach out to me if you are you want to be a barbecue team. You got to be a professional. It's for fun. It's for the kids of the Salvation Army on the west side. So reach out to me about becoming joining your team. We still need sponsorship help too. So you want to help with the barbecue? We need volunteers. We need everybody. Reach out to me, and I will direct you in the right location to help us with that barbecue. So thank you to Smoke Me Long Time.
You smoke me long time.
God Almighty.
Good Lord, people.
We're done.
We're
That's
done.
it. Thank you,
You want a little
everybody.
more breaking news?
Wow.
Why
okay,
not?
We start at noon and we get breaking news. What now?
Look at that.
Not taking our money, right? What's up?
So Saquon Barkley re-signed, obviously, but he's now 2 years, $41.2 million, highest paid running back in NFL history.
2-year 41. That's what you do for a guy like Saquon. 2-year deal, not long-term commitment, but you pay the shit out of him while you have him. It's
$20
genius.
million a year for a running back is
Genius.
insane.
See, they release Slay, and the day later they give that money to Saquon. That's a team that manages the shit out of its roster, unlike some other teams, which will not be mentioned.
Yeah.
All right, and if Jimmy Johnson was still the coach, it wouldn't be run like that.
Not at all.
All right, that's it. We're done. Thanks, everybody. Back to normal time, manana, 9 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay. 9 a.m. tomorrow for the boys that listen to us live. Love y'all very, very much. Peace out. Shout out to Jimmy Johnson. Y'all drink a Heine Light in his honor tonight. Thank you, Jose Bouquet. Thank you to the folks at Pub Sports Radio. Thank you to our partners back on regular time, manana at 9 a.m. Shout out to the NCAA. Mr. Warlock, Mr. David Warlock, you're a good man. You handle that like a champ. We appreciate you hard. We're super happy, and we'll cover the shit out of the Final Four and give you a lot of run. You'll be happy you let me and Rudy in the door. Guarantee. Thank you very much. See y'all manana.